Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and happy evening to everyone. So in this video I'm going to talk about what is a web security service in cybersecurity. So basically WSS, web security service, is a cloud offering or a solution that safeguards staffs, right, working within an organization from most of the cyber attacks or risks due to the attacks whilst they are using the internet. Okay, so basically what it does is it allows users, right, as in we netizens, basically as a netizens, it you allows all the netizens to access web resources, and also at the same time it protects the users from cyber attacks such as malware, cryptoware, and a lot of phishing attacks that involves in the form of web URLs. Right, most of the phishing happens uh, through emails. Okay, through email attachments that contains malicious URLs, which in turn users click on and leak the data to the attackers. Okay, as well as enforcing policies. Okay, it also enforces policies on how a staff is permitted to access the internet. All right, and also I'm going to explain some of the key features that are available within this SaaS based solution, software as a service solution. Okay, so some of the features include, like, it has security defense. Okay, it definitely is a cyber defense solution. Okay, and it has some of the features like website threat categorization, malware detection. Particularly it happens in a sandbox environment. Okay, sandbox environment means it for example, let's say there is a malicious website. Even it I mean malicious website that looks genuine to naked eye. That is, it's containing a certificate, SSL certificate, and it is a certificate protected website, and though it is a malicious URL, and in order to deem it to be safe, what it does is it creates a sandbox environment where user first gets inside a virtualized environment, and first it tests whether the URL is safer to use, and then it publishes to the main network where the user actually works on office environment. Okay, so basically it is also called as web isolation technique. Okay, and also it does clear encryption checks. Okay, encryption checks happen in the form of SSL inspection. Okay, and it also in this particular feature, what it does is it checks if the certificate is signed off by a valid a valid vendor, basically. Okay, the signature contained within the certificate, if it is a right certificate or not, or a genuine certificate or not, that's when the SSL inspection check happens. Okay, the three-way handshake, which we call, okay, between a client and the server, that happens during this particular stage. All right, and also, like I said before, sandbox is one of the feature of a web security service. Okay, where a pile where a file is actually deemed safe or malicious, that happens within this sandbox environment. And web isolation, again, this is a feature that is also called as a technique. Okay, a technique where the web browsing happens in an isolated environment. Okay, and the isolated environment means the user is not actively using the internet within his or her office network. All right, and yeah, so that's all about the features, guys. And particularly what I wanted to tell is, like, how to categorize a website. Basically this happens via rules, okay, placed within this semantic web security service. And Symantec is one of the pioneers, I would say. Not pioneers, it's one of the leading markets when it comes to web security service offering. Okay, it's one of the leading brands, I would call. Okay, Symantec is one of them, and then there is Zscaler, and then there are more. Splunk Web Security. There are a lot of web security offerings provided by a lot of vendors uh, spread across in this market. But now what I'm going to show is how a website is categorized, and based on the categorization, how it is restricted, how the access is restricted in most of the IT organizations. Okay, for example, let's say if I want to restrict user to not visit social media sites, so there will be a category of the website called as social networking. Okay, so I will just put in a rule, okay, telling that source will be the username within the active directory, and then the destination address will contain the actual category of the website. I will just specify under destination the user must not visit this particular destination that contains the website, I mean the websites falling under the social media category. Okay, so let me just quickly go through this thing here, like how to first find the categorization of a website. Let's say I'm just going to type here Symantec site review. All right, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to use click on this URL out here, Symantec site review. I'm just going to open it for you. So this is the website where which will help you to identify the category of the URL, categorization of the URL. Let's say I'm just going to type facebook.com. All right, I'm just going to say facebook.com and check category, and here you go, guys. So this, you can see here, it's clearly marked as social networking website. All right, and this is how you actually categorize a URL. Okay, and what you can do is also, like, you can click on this click here button, and also you can submit your customized categorization as well. If you feel that this categorization over here is not right, you can just refute it and you can resubmit it for a recategorization of a website. Okay, and then let's say if I want to restrict a user to not visit to a porn site, let me just type a porn site. You can see here it clearly says suspicious. Okay, placeholders and suspicious, and this visiting this URL is absolutely a security risk. All right, and let me type something else here, and like you see, I just type pornhub.com and the categorization clearly marks it to be a pornography site. Okay, and again, this is how you actually restrict users to somehow access some of the legitimate content and ignore some of the risky content on web. Okay, and this happens through the cloud offering. Okay, there is a console known as Symantec Web Services console. Within the console we will be implementing rules under a policy called content filtering. Okay, what I will do is, guys, I will just try to purchase a license from Symantec. The broad Now Symantec is not called as Symantec; it's actually Broadcom now, who has taken over the. I mean, it has acquired Symantec. Previously, it was known as Symantec. Now, the company is not Symantec anymore. It is actually Broadcom. Okay, Broadcom Web Security Service. So what I will do is I will purchase a license from Broadcom and show you the entire demonstration of how a web security service, as in a cloud solution, works, protecting web based data. Okay, the data that flows on web, right, which is called as data in motion. Okay, or transit, whatever you can call. And data at rest is something that does not flow over internet. Okay, data at rest is more secure than the data that is in transit or motion, which means it's often traveling via internet. So it's important to protect data at motion. Okay, and it's also important to protect data at rest as well. It's not like data at rest is completely secure. It's not like that. I'm telling data at motion is more vulnerable, and that needs protecting services like Semantic, like a web security service, to be implemented within a customer's environment, protecting customers' data. Okay, and this particular web offering, I mean the cloud offering, is very expensive, guys. I mean it's very expensive, literally. Okay, and if you found this video helpful, please hit the support button and do not forget to subscribe my channel. We will meet in the next video with more useful content like this. Thank you.